As Gary Neville said on his podcast, which I think is very,
He's
very
a fake
true,
fan
actually.
for saying this as well, to be fair.
Well, yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
How dare he? He said, I thought United in these 4 games, obviously Liverpool away, Brighton at home, Forest away, Tottenham away. I was thinking 7-8 points is great. 7 points would be part out of these 4 games. Now there's a real chance they should be thinking to go and get 10 points out of these 4 games. That would get them back up, I think, into the top 6. And that's what I think they need this month. He then says, but, let's be clear what we thought before the game. I thought if United lose here today, which they're more than likely to do when I saw the team sheet, which again,
fake fan.
Talking. Yeah,
Fake
exactly.
Fan.
How dare he?
Negativity and clicks because he's on Sky, not because he's won everything with this football club. Carry on.
Because he's former Manchester United captain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of our most decorated players ever. Even he looked at the team sheet and went, I don't think we're going to win today. But he says, which they're more than likely to lose. When I saw the team sheet, I'm thinking Ruben Amorim is going to go into that Brighton game under real pressure with Forest and Tottenham to come. This is a complete turnaround game, but it has to be something that they don't they can't get carried away with this now. They've got a week before Brighton. They have to go and beat Brighton next Saturday, or else it becomes something that sort of lessens what's happened here today. He says they've got a kickstart springboard from what they've done here today, because to win at Anfield, especially in any season, this is a bloody tough place to play. To win here is the hardest ground, honestly, and to win here tonight, they should be really proud because it's, a big achievement, but they've got to kick on from here. Now, obviously, this is when you get into the territory of selective hearing. Some people will just hear, you have to beat Brighton and go, here we go. Again, they're putting pressure on. Can't you just be accepting of the victory, this, that, and the other? I don't think he said anything that controversial there, to be honest with you, which is
nothing controversial.
As he's just said, it's Anfield. It's the hardest place to go to get a result in the Premier League. A draw, let alone a win. That is a massive result any season, regardless if Liverpool are champions, if they're in their worst period of history, if they've lost 3 games in a row, if they've won 3 games in a row. It's always a tough place to go, and to get that victory is massive for United. But also, I think we have to learn our lessons too, don't we? Which is, we have seen not necessarily this result before, but we've seen results similar to this before over the last 18 months. As bad as it has been, we've gone away to the Etihad and won that game. We've knocked Arsenal out of the FA Cup at the Emirates with 10 men. And we've said that time, haven't we, of, right, build on this. This is the turning point. And we've actually discussed this often, haven't we, Flex? We're almost a bit reluctant to do the whole, are they turning a corner kind of thing, because we've had that conversation so many times, haven't we? So the real critical thing, and maybe the time that myself might start to get a bit carried away, is, all right, if you can beat Brighton at the weekend, all right, then again, you're continuing to do stuff that hasn't been done over the last 18 months. Back-to-back Premier League wins. You've beaten Liverpool at Anfield. Then you build on the result with a victory against a side that you struggled with previously in Brighton.
That's real sort of turning.
So it means a lot, but it also in the long term, like in the short term, in the immediacy right now, obviously beating Liverpool at Anfield means a ton. But in the long term, it has to mean something too. We have to circle back to this game and go, that was the start where we did actually build on. We don't want to circle back to it like we did again with the City. We used the City game as a great example, don't we? Of we won that game, and then we didn't win for ages. After that, you know what I mean? So it's got to mean something, I think, is the point he's making there.
It has to. And if we don't see it like that, again, we're just being sheltered. I think this is why it's good to do this like 48 hours to at least 24 hours after, enjoying that, because you have to separate things, right? You have to, especially as fans, when we've been going through the mud, all the emotion of what it is to beat Liverpool, like how Bradley was on the red carpet. That's exactly what a fan is. Being a fan of Man United is as well, especially getting one over on them gits in their own backyard. Oh, I fucking love it. That's what it's about. And that's why we were passionate. We take the mick a little bit. We're laughing, we're trolling, because you don't think too far forward. But once you've done that, obviously the players yesterday had to switch out of that and go training. That's different. They're pros. But for us, we can do that. But now we have to do this bit. We have to do this bit because you're living under a rock if you think that this means we're back. This means everything's okay. This means this is the team we thought it was. It means it's all validated. It doesn't mean anything. And our manager is telling us that. Our most decorated captain, one of, is telling us that. And anyone who's got a normal understanding of football understands that. You don't get to win against Liverpool and get all the adulation and then go and lose against Brighton or, Forest now, new manager bounce with Deitch. Let's see what happens there. You go to Forest away and then you're winless in 2, or worse still, again, you lost 2 in a bounce. So you won 2 in a bounce, you lost 2 in a bounce. So that means nothing would have changed, 0. So, and for what it's worth, I do think that this time will be different against Brighton. I do feel like we'll beat Brighton. I do feel like it's a very, very tough game. I do feel like, don't get me wrong, it's not easy. It's a whole different type of ask from us. We won't be able to beat Brighton playing how we did at Anfield. But we also know, we're smart enough to know, and you look at no agendas or anything, that we don't play like that at home or against any other team. That is a specific game plan for that team. Guess what? It's called adaptability. Good. Have a different game plan for where we're at right now. Gary Neville said it on Monday Night Football. And some people, again, you see, what it is we get defensive. We get defensive because we think everyone's out to get us, which 70 to 80% of the time, they actually are out to get us. Do you know what I mean? The narratives, the spin, the hated, adored, never ignored. So that's like 80 to 85% of your punditry, of your social media coverage. I hear it. But there is a 15% that you have to peek out from the curtain and go, right, what's he saying here? What's happening here? Because Gary O'Neill's right. Okay? It's more difficult in this system to get after teams and go and be the dominant force if you play like that, flat back 5 out of possession, let them have it, just be transitional. You're going to have to come out of that. You're going to have to come out of that, which, listen, we do. When we played at home against Sunderland, we didn't play like that. We played at home against Burnley, we didn't play like that. We played against Chelsea at home, we didn't play like that. So it's fine. It's fine. As long as you don't try to play that all the time. And somebody said, well, we already did because we did it against Arsenal. We did it against Arsenal. So what he's saying is you can't use the system in that way, like a 5 at the back, 4 just in front of that, 1 up front. But you can't play like that at home to Forest, away to Forest, at home to Brighton. You've got to be on it. You've got to be on it. And Brighton are a team that will force the issue as well. They're a very good football team. So I do think it comes with a different challenge. And that's why, in a weird way, and again, people don't want to hear this, in a weird way, I think when you hear the word harder, like it's harder to beat Brighton at home than it is to do, that kind of makes you go, don't be so stupid. Haven't won there in 9 years. Don't be so stupid. Of course it's harder to win at Anfield, hardest place to win in English football. I hear that, but it's a different type of challenge to beat Brighton at home, and a different type of performance that's needed.
There needs to be, again, need to build on this. If let's say, like Gary Neville pointed out, with the games that are coming up, if we beat Brighton, let's say we beat Forest, and then we went to Spurs and we lost, I don't think people would be like, oh, this is why I'm Ruben out or whatever. They'd be like, I tell you what, though, our recent form's been bloody good. This is 3 or 4 wins in a row. Frank was 1 win away from a haircut. So I think that as big as a Liverpool win at Anfield, a beaten Liverpool at Anfield is, people that I'd say maybe made their mind up on Ruben a while ago, I think it is going to take more than just a game to be like, right, I was completely wrong about all that kind of stuff. It's still going to take more, because I go back to, for myself anyway, I feel like I have learnt my lesson with the Erik ten Hag saga at United, whereby if you're willing to sort of change things based off a result, then it's a very slippery slope to go down, isn't it? Because then you're going to change your mind all the time, because results are going to be like that. It has to be really big. It has to be consistent. And this is what Gary Neville's saying here, isn't it? Which is basically just, it's consistency. You need to build on this. He's used the phrase, it's a springboard game. This has to be a springboard game for Manchester United. I'm more confident going into this Brighton game in comparison to before.